Hello and welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and tonight we are going to finish our review on Biomutant. Tonight's review is mostly about character building and customization and stuff. So, I have not beat the game yet. I'm still actively playing it every day since it came out. I did receive code for the PlayStation version, so that's kind of taken me back to square one, and like I've gotten some playthrough on that now. Um, so let's talk about that real quick. The PlayStation versus the Xbox version real quick. So the PlayStation version, because I'm playing on PlayStation 5, so I'm playing the PlayStation 4 version in backward compatibility. So due to the limitations of PlayStation's backward compatibility, I'm not getting the same visual representation that I would be getting on that I'm getting on the Xbox Series X. So basically, what I'm losing is just clarity. Yeah, I mean, so it still looks good. You can, it does seem like the stuff in the distance does look a little bit like more like blurred out, but everything up close, like the character and everything, it looks pretty close. I mean, like all the texture and everything that the Xbox version has is there. Everything basically looks just the same. Me personally, so on this game you have a field of view slider, you have a sharpness setting and a brightness scale. So basically with that sharpness thing, you can either crank it all the way up and make it look really like sharp and crisp, or you can crank it all the way down and make it look just me personally, I like the sharpness all the way off on it because it just adds so much more to the visual. It makes the visuals pop in a way that the crisp the more sharp visuals kind of take away. Like when you turn up the sharpness, it makes it look more realistic, and then you turn down the sharpness and it looks more like cartoony, if that makes any kind of sense whatsoever. Okay, so like this freaking game world is beautiful. I've had a chance to explore a whole lot more of it now. Gosh, like this thing. So on Xbox Series X, because that's where I've had most of my playtime, so that's the one I'm going to talk the most about. The PlayStation 5 holds up pretty. The PlayStation version on the PlayStation 5 holds up pretty well. Though there's definitely a far more richer tone in the Xbox version, but these games are going to be updated for next gen consoles, so eventually that's gonna clear itself out. So when you're traveling, like, it is so easy to just get lost in the beauty of this game. Okay, I am thoroughly surprised at just how much I am actually enjoying playing Biomutant. So I have just over 25 hours between both versions now. I have a full-time job, so I have to do that and then play my games, during the week, a few hours at a time. So this game, honestly, I'm gonna keep playing it till I'm complete with it. So, yeah, I'm pretty surprised at just how good this is. So when we start talking about like character customization and stuff, and different weapons and stuff, and just the powers that you can get, and like when you start mixing everything together, it's not the most complicated combat system I've ever seen in a game, but it's also not so complicated that it's like kind of irritating. Because I know some games that I've started playing, like my first playthrough with The Witcher 3, I didn't even try to do any of the magic stuff. Didn't even try any of that stuff. I was totally focused on the melee combat, and that's basically the way I am here. I rarely use my my ranged weapon on this. I stick mostly to the combat, and in the last couple of play sessions, I've started using the abilities, like the magic abilities, like turning things to ice, or like sprinting through and making fire and stuff. Like you can have 4 of these different powers attached to your keybar at the same time, so you can kind of use 4 different elements while you're fighting. There is a light and dark power system in this game, so you'll have different powers that are lean towards the dark and different powers that are lean towards the light. Most of my playthrough has been playing through on the light, so I've been focusing my power toward that. So far, my character's build is more of a strength build. I've just been, every time I level up, I put all that power into strength. I've kind of avoided a whole lot of combat. I've taken over one whole outpost, one whole chain of outposts, and had the other tribe, just join my tribe and stuff. And so, like, this game is not like super complicated or super deep, but gosh, it's fun. Like, I like just going through and playing with this in the mindless fun and exploring and stuff like that. Like, it hasn't gotten old, and normally I can tell when I don't like a game. If I don't like a game, I quit playing after a few hours, and I'm just disappointed about it, and I never play it again. But the way this game is kind of grown on me, like, it's simplistic, yet it's not. The systems in it are not so confusing that you can really just pick this game up and play through it any way you want to. Like, it's that first section of the game, it is kind of drug out a little bit. Like, it takes a little bit to get through that, and a lot of people might get turned off at that intro section. You can easily get through it, well, if you listen to all the dialogue and stuff, I didn't time either playthrough on that. I should have, but I kind of skipped through it on the PlayStation when I started playing that, just so I could get, and I got pretty quick. I got pretty far on that in like an hour that I was streaming. So, like, you can get through all of that, and once you get into but you want to listen to all that on your first playthrough, you're definitely going to want to listen to all that. It does get far better as you're going through the game, though. You could turn off the narrator if you want, but it honestly doesn't even bug me anymore. It's actually kind of nice to have now while I'm playing, because it just works after, like, yeah, it's not even that bad. Like, a lot of people that are complaining about this game are probably not really, they're going at it all wrong. This game isn't made for a guy like me, but it's still fun for a guy like me to play. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's made more, I think it's targeted more towards a younger audience, and that's fine, because video games should be kind of targeted toward a younger audience. I mean, we all started playing games when we were younger, and this game right here would have been amazing for somebody like myself when I was, 10 to 15. I maybe even older. I mean, like, this game does have its merits to be able to play. I do like Biomutant. I have become, like, it's grown on me. Like, it has grown on me. I do like this game. I like this open world. I like the systems. It's just a fun game to play after you get past, the whole intro part. Like, everything else after that part is just, it's better. You start doing side missions. You can do things in the order you want to. You can go through and you can just experience things. There's things to find. The combat can be as simplistic or as complicated as you want. From what I can tell, like, I've been able to string together, like, some different types of, like, attacks and powers and stuff like that. Different weapons do different things. Like, if you're using, like, the staff, that's like really cool. Like, the movements look cool. The yeah, it's pretty fun. You can string together some nice long combos and then finish that combo off with like a different. I wish they had a way that you could have, like, two weapons equipped at the same time. That you could just kind of swap through fast. To continue to chain through a combo. But that's not a deal breaker at all, like by any means. Like this combat in this is pretty fun. It's not terrible, but it's not the greatest thing you've ever seen in any video game. That's for sure. I've said it before in the last two parts of the review that this game definitely wears its AA on its shirt, but it has, man, when I'm traveling through this world, okay, and like it starts raining, and it's like getting to be nighttime or whatever, and I'm just kind of running through like the trees and stuff, and it just feels so good to look at from on the Xbox Series X version. It really looks good. Like the Xbox brings out the vibrant colors in a lot of games that I've noticed. I mean, the colors are way more vibrant on Assassin's Creed. They're way more vibrant on Watch Dogs. Every game that I have to the same version, the color reproduction on the Xbox just looks so much freaking better. But I mean, that's neither here nor there. This game looks amazing on the Xbox Series X. It looks good on the PlayStation 5, but because of that color reproduction that the Xbox does, it just looks so freaking vibrant. There's no other way around that. I mean, I do recommend this game to people who have a Series X or PlayStation. I mean, the PlayStation version is definitely a locked 60 frames a second. It feels good. There's no question about that. It feels good. You can adjust the settings to make the picture look, however you want, sharp or like more cartoony, like more lush or whatever. It looks. I feel like it just looks better without that. But yeah, for the most part, this game offers enough content and enough value to definitely earn that 85 that I've given it. Like I would, out of 100, I give this game an 85. It is definitely good. I mean, there's things that definitely could be better, and the characters themselves could be like more highly detailed and stuff like that. But then I kind of feel like that might take away from the aesthetic of the whole game in general if the characters look realistic and the world looks the way it does. Like the art style in this game is something that grows on you. Like it will grow on you after you start playing it. At first you might feel a little like, oh gosh, I don't know, but trust me, like it grew on me pretty quick. Especially after I turned down the sharpening. Well, after I turned that sharpening down, it grew on me really quick. It like starts to look way beautiful, like really good. I think the sharpening tries to make it look more realistic, but it kind of falls short. Like some people are gonna like that crisp look. Some people are gonna like that flatter tone to it. I love this game with the sharpness all the way turned down. It is freaking beautiful. And you turn the sharpness up, and it really pops on the Xbox Series X. Not so much on the PlayStation 5. It does not pop as much as on the PlayStation. The PlayStation 5 version does not pop as much, but it still looks good. It still looks good either way. I prefer the sharpness all the way down. So that's basically my 3-part review for Biomutant, and I do think you should pick this game up and play it if you can. If you can get over like the simplistic nature of this game and just play it and have fun, this game could keep you busy for a little while. This game is definitely pretty good. I am astounded at the work that 20 people could do to make this product, and the scope of this game, the world size. Just there's so much in here, and from my knowledge, there's some patches coming. They're gonna fix a few things. They're gonna, they're talking about adding like more impact, like when you hit. But see, here's my thing: when I'm using like a power weapon, like the fist or something, like if you could feel the impact, like it feels pretty good. The staff, smaller stuff like the staff and swords and stuff like that, they don't have as much of an impact. I mean, yeah, I guess they could add more impact and maybe make the enemies a little less spongy, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's definitely worth your time to look at. I do and I don't recommend it at full price for older gamers. For older gamers, you're probably going to have a pretty open mind to get into this game and play it, and actually find the beauty and everything, and find a reason to want to play it. But for kids or for a younger generation gamer, yeah, this game is not bad. But I will warn you that you have been spoiled when it comes to AAA games. So being able to find something like Biomutant and learn to love it it's going to definitely take, a little bit of patience on your part, for the first part of this game. But after you get into it and you start playing it, I mean, don't get me wrong, the world does feel kind of empty. You're not going to, but once you start doing like the quests and stuff, it kind of evens out. Like if you're running around the open world all day, like doing what I do, like just seeing the beautiful stuff, like you might get bored pretty quick but if you start doing like the quests and stuff, that kind of breaks it up. Me personally, on open world games, I like to take my time. I like to dawdle. I like to just run around, see things, find the quick fast travel, so when I go and do all the story stuff, I can just get that all done really quick, and then I like to continue exploring the world. So I feel like Biomutant, my playtime on this, I will probably spend pretty close to 50 hours in this world before I set it aside. I'm about halfway there with that, but that's been split between both consoles, so I'd probably say I got another 30 hours of gameplay on the Xbox version before I set this game aside. So all in all, I feel like I've gotten my money's worth. I feel like it's a good purchase. If you have any questions, or concerns or anything, go ahead and put them in the comments section, and I will try to answer as many questions about this game as I can. I do like it. I do feel like it's a worthy purchase. So if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you. I appreciate it.